York Giants having won 4 in a row. The Giants have lost back-to-back games for the first time since getting swept by the Dodgers in San Francisco more than a month ago. And so the standings look like this on this beautiful Tuesday night. The Dodgers within 2.5 of the Giants. These two teams still with the 2 best records in the National League. Welcome inside. Joe Davis or Hershiser. Hope you're having a great night. The Dodgers win game 1 of this series 3-2. Their 4th consecutive win after the 4-game losing streak. And I know yesterday we talked about the offense getting it going. But how about the pitching? 7 runs allowed total over the 4-game win streak.
They continue to shine. This pitching staff has been great right from the beginning of the year, whether it was the starters or whether it was the relievers. Well, you have to start with the starters to get off to a good start. You're either going to put your team on top or you're going to hand the ball over with that having a chance to win. But when you finally come out of the game, if you're averaging about 6 innings, you come to Kenley Jansen, and boy, he has been perfect in June.
Shut it down last night. Got a little bit of help from his defense. Cody Bellinger's outfield assist. Pitching matchup here for game 2. One of the best pitching matchups in the National League all season. It's Walker Buehler for the Dodgers, Kevin Gausman for the Giants.
Yeah, I'm hoping both these guys are all-stars, especially for Walker Buehler and Kevin Gausman on the other side. He has pitched his way onto the all-star team, maybe even starting the all-star team. These two guys could bring a lot of swing and miss tonight. It also could be a lot of weak contact, but it could be some quick innings. Walker Buehler getting way more efficient with his stuff, whether it's the high fastball he used tremendously against the Giants or if it's the breaking stuff that's starting to get a lot of ground balls.
Both these guys have been red hot. 12 games in a row for Kevin Gausman, giving up 2 or fewer earned runs. He's got a 1.05 in that time. Walker Buehler with a 1.72 over his last 8.
With Gausman, we know it's going to be fastball split. You're going to have to make him stay in the zone. You can't chase against him. And with Walker Buehler, the high fastball has been successful, but he's throwing more off-speed stuff, mixing in the changeup, the curveball, and the slider a little more often.
This is what you love as a baseball fan. The Dodgers and the Giants, the 2 best teams in the National League this season. Game 2 in a 2-game series. The Dodgers going for the sweep, and we've got first pitch coming up on Sportsnet LA.
Series, but in the last 4 games, 15 of the 19 runs scored have been from home runs. And I spoke to Dave Roberts last night from the 3 home runs we saw from Will Smith, Max Muncy, Mookie Betts. He told me that sometimes when it warms up in the summer, the balls will fly a little bit more. But when I talked to Max Muncy about it, he said it's really about the team making good contact, putting together good at-bats, passing the baton. Tonight, of course, Joe Orel, things will look different as they're facing Kevin Gausman. He is a tough player that they will have to try to elevate that ball. But for them, they know it's going to be a good one, guys.
As they look for their 5th consecutive win, trying to pull it within a game and a half of the Giants in the division, with Walker Buehler on the mound to face this lineup from Gabe Kapler. Lamont Wade Jr. went deep himself last night. He leads it off again, starts at first base. Alex Dickerson hits second. Mike Yastrzemski, after fouling the ball off his shin last night, is out. Buster Posey catches for the 3rd game in a row. Just the 2nd time this season he's done that. Brandon Crawford's the cleanup man in shortstop, with Wilmer Flores coming off his 2nd 4-hit game over the last 9 days. Steven Duggar roams center field. Donnie barrels Donovan Solano, the 2nd baseman and 7-hitter, with Mike Tauchman getting his first start in right field, hitting 8th. Walker Buehler's last time out, Orel, was a quality start, but Dodgers got no hit, and so he suffered his first loss since September of 2019.
Yeah, 24 starts before he got a loss, and Walker is throwing the ball really well. Yeah, the Dodgers didn't support him in that one. They got no hit, but he is looking forward to this outing tonight. When you talk about these 2 pitchers that are going to go at it, they are in the top 10 in average against, in wins, and on base percentage, and whip. So he knows as he's taking the mound right now that it is going to be a toe-to-toe battle, and he needs to try and be mistake-free.
And he'll try to do it with a new entrance song. So he loses for the first time in 2 years, and there's enough of that broken song. I need a new one. I couldn't tell you what this one's called. It's catchy, though. Sounds like the start of a new streak.
Can never be your fault. It's got to be something else. Change the shirt, change the song.
Lamont Wade stands in. Buehler reaches into that glove. Winds and throws, and off we go with ball 1. The Dodgers looking for their 5th consecutive win after the 4-game losing streak. The Giants, meanwhile, have dropped back-to-back games for the first time in more than a month. It's foul and it's 1-1. You've got to go back to when the Dodgers swept San Francisco in San Francisco, May 21st through the 23rd, to find their last back-to-back losses. And that is the only time that they've dropped 3 in a row. 2 balls, 1 strike on Wade. Still have the best record in baseball, 50-28. It's fouled and it's 2-2. We already have an answer to the new entrance song. Shots and Squats by Vigilant.
Okay.
Featuring Tham Sway.
I'm going to listen to it on the way home.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Careful now. I'm swerving down the 110 listening to that. 2-2 on the hands. Center field. Bellinger for the first out of the night.
Walker Buehler has already seen these Giants twice this year and has been very successful in an ERA just over 1. And he has found good success with them with his hard stuff, up or down, the fastball, the 2-seamer, and the cutter.
5-0 against the Giants in his career, including those back-to-back starts at the end of May. 1 run over 7 innings in San Francisco, and then 1 run over 6 innings here. 1 gone. Alex Dickerson looks at strike 1. 97, piercing the heart of the plate.
Plenty of adrenaline at the beginning of this game, and so the fastball is going to feel a little froggy.
Ribbit. 0-1 is a breaking ball. He laid off, and it's 1-1. Alex Dickerson, who is very good for the Giants, his first 2 seasons with them after they got him in a trade from San Diego in 2019, hadn't been able to live up to that this year. His on-base plus slugging 200 points lower than it was his first 2 seasons. Fouls this one off. He's behind 1-2.
Back-to-back curveballs from Walker. The one bounce and then that one. I love the fact that he and Trevor Bauer are mixing in more soft stuff. Really going to help their fastballs and help them kind of wander away from giving up those home runs on little mistake fastballs.
No, so we talked about how good the pitching has been during this 4-game winning streak. That said, the Dodgers starter has allowed a home run 8 games in a row. And facing the #1 home run hitting lineup in baseball this year in the Giants. They hit 2 of them last night and had plenty of chances for more, but went 0 for 13 with runners in scoring position. And so the 3-2 score, that was the same score as the home run tallies. Buehler to Dickerson, 3-2. Chopper to first, but foul.
We're seeing more of those ground balls from Walker Buehler this year. He's upped his ground ball percentage almost 20%. And so he's a little bit more willing to not embarrass you with the 4-seam fastball up all the time. He'll go 2-seamer down, cutter down, get you to hit it weakly.
Pound in the zone, a lot more weak contact, not quite as many strikeouts, but weaker contact and more efficient because of it.
Yeah, the K rate is down, but the walk rate is down and more efficient as far as the pitch count is concerned. You're right, and he can go deep into games for you, and it's not a lot of wear and tear anymore.
There's only one guy in the National League that has averaged longer starts than Walker Buehler. He's Zach Wheeler of the Phillies, and he's actually tied with tonight's Giants starter Kevin Gausman, averaging about 6.5 innings per outing. Dickerson trying to squash that efficiency note. This will be the 9th pitch of this at bat. Another 3-2 and a strikeout. 97 blazes in there, 2 gone.
Will Smith sitting away. Walker Buehler throws it in. Was Dickerson feeling where the catcher is? Will Smith was down on one knee. That gives you a little more width visually for somebody to pick you up with peripheral vision. And maybe he got him to flinch on the inside one.
1 down, 9 to go for what?
Jumbo Jacks with a large drink purchase
At LA area restaurants.
Oh my gosh. Dude, what a rhythm.
Oh man. 2 gone for Posey. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 more hits last night for Posey. 4th in the league in average, 5th in the league in OPS. We talked about it last night. Part of the reason he's had the year he's had has been the way they've handled his playing time. It has been strictly 2 on, 1 off. This is only the 2nd time this season he's started 3 games in a row. Part of that is that Kurt Casale, the second catcher, has been dealing with some back tightness, although Buster has 2.
2 out, nobody on with his pop right now. He was guessing. He's trying to pick on just a routine 97-mile-an-hour fastball. He's trying to guess. The last 2, though, breaking balls that got him out front. But he is definitely sitting heater.
The 2-1 from Buehler is a heater low. Ball 3.
Interesting pitch selection right here.
On a 3-1. Misses up with a fastball and a 2-out walk for Posey. Brings up Brandon Crawford, who hit his 17th home run of the year last night. Here it is on StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. The longest home run of his career at 444 feet.
Maybe the most surprising Giant on the offensive side of the ball, of who can really come back into their career, and he's really getting into the career highs as far as the power and the RBIs. I mean, this is a resurgent year plus.
Career high in home runs, 21. He's got 17 here in late June. And pops out of Buehler's hand for ball 1. 6th in home runs, 5th in RBIs. The guy that has started more games at shortstop than any player in franchise history back into the 1890s in New York. Swings and misses at a good cutter. 1 ball, 1 strike. 34 years old, his 11th big league year. Of course, all those with the Giants. He's in the final year of his contract. Coming into this year, you figured there was probably a very small probability that he would be back, but the season he's having, you wonder. Outside corner breaking pitch, 1-2.
Curveball that slipped out, cutter in chase, and now went back to the curveball and lands it. Looks like they don't want him to hit the fastball unless they can use it right here. Maybe something a little too high or a little too low and away. Other than that, he's going to get some spin. Low and away 2-seamer, really good pitch.
It's kind of hard to tell the 2-seamer and the changeup apart now.
That's true.
Changeup's 93. He has used that changeup to finish off a few left-handed hitters lately. On a 1-2. Breaking ball. Pop back will do it again.
It'll be interesting to see what the charting services say on that pitch that I called a 2-seamer. Could have been the changeup, just thrown with a lot of adrenaline.
Don't there have to be some kind of ceiling to it? 95.
Yes. You got to throw 105 if 95 is a changeup.
Right. You got to have certain separation to qualify it. Hit sharply, but the data wins. Justin Turner hanging behind the bag. Beats Posey there. Finishes off a scoreless first for Walker Buehler. Now Kevin Gausman takes the stage, and the Dodgers come to hit. Consecutive win. They started last night's game with back-to-back home runs. Same group tonight. Betts and Muncy, the guys that did it last night. Then Turner and Bellinger. Smith catches. Taylor at second. Lux at short. And A.J. Pollock in left. First time this season they've had the same lineup 1 through 8 in back-to-back games. On the mound for the Giants, 30-year-old Kevin Gausman from the Denver area in Colorado. 0 or 1 run allowed in 12 of his 15 starts this year, and that 1.49 ERA, Orel, second only to Jacob deGrom.
The split finger is his out pitch. The league is hitting 101 off of it. And you better make him throw it for a strike, because when it's out of the zone, that split, 58 times of his 69 strikeouts, he has gotten guys to swing and miss. So the fastball is an out pitch because the split finger change is so outstanding.
So Betts to lead it off. He has seen Kevin Gausman more than anybody in this lineup. Both those guys in the American League East throughout their careers. Mookie in Boston. Gausman, the former 4th overall pick of the Baltimore Orioles. Comes home with the first pitch of the night. It's a strike on Betts, who's hit .349 with 3 homers against him. On this 0-1, it drifts inside and almost hits him. The Dodgers saw Kevin Gausman on May 30th. He fired 6 shutout innings against him and was going to go deeper, but left the game with some hip discomfort. He only had 2 base runners over those 6 innings. And how about this, Orel? He threw 72 pitches, 62 strikes. 1-2.
His only inning of the year that he's had trouble is the first, and I think with the split finger change, it is because he's developing a feel for it with the game adrenaline and the Dodgers in the batter's box, and it takes him a little while to get the really good feel for it. We saw the one slip out to Mookie already, but ERA of 3.6 in the first inning.
Which is fine and even good for some guys, but relative to what he's done the rest of the innings throughout the year, one little weak spot.
I really believe it is. It's how much grip pressure tonight, what's going on with the weather, how's the humidity, just developing a feel for that particular night and that particular inning.
There's 2-2 to Betts. Rifled foul. Now Mookie trying to build off of last night's multi-hit game. Led off the game with a homer and then had a single later. Last time he's gotten back-to-back multi-hit games, May 7th and 8th. He's only done it twice this year. The other time was the first series of the year in Denver. On another 2-2. He swings and misses, and Gausman has his first strikeout on the splitter.
The splitter lands in the zone. Still gets Mookie to swing and miss. The change in speed and a little bit of depth. But as far as grading the splitter, that would be one of his worst that you really could pick on.
On his bobblehead night, here's Max Muncy, who launched a home run last night in our Landover Performance Spotlight. Looks at what he's done to the Giants. 6 home runs in 8 games against him this year.
Between the bat flips and the drawing and it being the Dodgers and the Giants, he has become a face of this rivalry.
So his bobblehead tonight is the Go Get It Out of the Ocean bobblehead, of course, commemorating a Dodger-Giant moment. His home run against Madison Bumgarner.
How did they time that up with a Giant game? That is great marketing.
Complete coincidence.
Yes.
Takes the splitter low, and it's 2-1. Or it's 2-0. There's the bobblehead. Pointing back at Bumgarner. Sold separately.
With the clear covering, it looks like he's in the ocean there.
Don't get me out of the ocean. 2-0. 2-1. Muncy talked before the game about how he has, like Trevor Bauer, leaned into the rivalry, leaned into being one of the faces of Giants fans' dislike of the Dodgers. He said they don't hate you if you're not doing something right.
And it's easy for him to tap back into that football mentality.
Ahead 3-1. He was a linebacker. He was a fullback. This won't surprise you, but he wore a big neck roll, had the jersey rolled up a little bit.
Showing off the abs.
Oh, yeah. Loved contact. He says maybe a little bit too much. And some injuries ended his football career, focused on baseball, but helped develop his edge that he plays with. He's got a walk, and the Dodgers have their first base runner tonight. Turner to the plate. You'll see this QR code pop up a few times tonight. It's an easy way for you to vote for Turner and Muncy and Betts, Lux, Taylor for the All-Star game. All you got to do is go scan your TV or your tablet, whatever you're watching the game on. It'll take you right to the page. Put your votes in.
It worked. I did it while you were talking. Very nice. Let's get these guys to the All-Star game. Take time every time we pop it up.
Turner sure has been performing like one lately. 358 over his last 18 games. Takes ball one. And actually got hit. Kind of looked like home plate umpire Stu Sherwater talked him into that idea. Gabe Kapler saying we're going to take a look at this.
JT's body language was turn away, and then he kind of rubbed his elbow like maybe it grazed me there, and he got some agreement from the home plate umpire.
We're going to challenge. You saw Kai Correa, the bench coach.
I like the first look because you can almost see the ball change direction into Posey's glove after it goes by his elbow. Watch where it looks like it's going to hit the heel of the glove, and well, no, that's just the movement in the glove. Ooh. Interesting one.
Could be like the 9th inning last night, where the call on the field is so important because there's just not a lot there on replay. You know, that was the general consensus coming out of last night's game. Was Tauchman safe? Was he out? And the consensus was he was whatever the call on the field was once it went to replay. Yep, so that was pretty quick. And the Dodgers have him at first and second against Gosman with one gone.
Saw it all the way.
All right. And here's Cody Bellinger. Who said going into yesterday he felt, you know, some days guys say they feel great during BP. Other days they feel horrible, wind up having great days. Yesterday was a day where he felt great, and then he goes 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. And he said, baseball, man. But he feels, and the hitting staff feels, he's close to going on a tear. He takes ball one. Gosman spraying it all over the place so far.
The at-bat gets a lot more comfortable when you're ahead as a hitter. You can actually sit on one pitch or the other and don't get in between.
2 on, 1 out, 1-0. Ball 2.
I feel great, and I feel great against fastballs. That's what he needs to lock into. Just commit to it.
And eliminate that splitter.
Yep. Eliminate the splitter. Look for the ball on one half or the other where you want it, and let it go.
On 2-0. He gets a fastball to the outer corner, 2-1. This is only the 23rd game Cody Bellinger has played this year.
And we're at 80.
Yeah. Hard to believe, huh? Game 80 tonight. Halfway point on Friday in D.C. or Thursday in D.C. 2-1. Drifts away. Ball 3. Kevin Gosman, by the way, I mean, you don't put up a 1.49 ERA without having numbers similar to this, but he has been nearly impossible to hit with runners in scoring position. Opponents are 2 for 49 against him in these situations. That's the best that any pitcher has been since at least 1974. That's as far back as those go. Those numbers. 3-1. Fouled off. Healthy rip at a center cut fastball. 3-2.
That's the one that'll give you nightmares if you end up making out here. You worked all those pitches in discipline to get in the hitter's count, and then you got your cookie, but you fouled it back.
Dodgers trying to take advantage of a relatively erratic Gausman in this first inning. Muncy at second, Turner at first, Bellinger on 3-2. Takes ball 4 and the bases are loaded. So Will Smith coming up, and the Dodgers, who have a grand slam against the Giants this season, have 6 total this year. Have it teed up for a guy who's hit for a bunch of power lately. Will Smith homered last night, his 5th in his last 15 games.
You never know who's going to come up in the key moment, and the Dodgers have had a lot of different guys hit grand slams, but throughout the lineup, up and down, they've got power.
Dodgers already have more base runners than they had over the 6 innings against Gausman the first time they saw him. And Kevin Gausman has already thrown more balls in this first inning than he threw in 6 innings on May 30th. 19 pitches, just 7 strikes. The 1-0 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Muncy walked, Turner was hit, and Bellinger walked.
Will Smith definitely looking for something up, something elevated to hit in the air.
Took it in the dirt, ball 2.
Until 2 strikes, you got to bring the ball up as a hitter against him. The stuff that starts at the knees might end up in the dirt. The stuff that starts below your waist might end up down by your knees. Get that rollover ground ball. You just got to look for something up.
These kinds of opportunities rare against Kevin Gausman. His 2-1 is golfed, foul, and out of play.
Little split change that kind of went sideways instead of straight down. Gausman this year throwing it a lot more righties, which has changed the fact that he is throwing it with less of that left to right break and more of the straight down break. But here in the first inning, he has yet to find the release point that makes it look like it's a fastball right down the middle and then buries.
It's always been his best pitch, but what's changed lately is that he's throwing it so often. It used to be around 20%, but now it's almost half and half with the fastball. Tonight, though, Orel, he's thrown 10 of them, only 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes on Will Smith. Bases loaded first inning. Golden opportunity for the Dodgers as you're settling into your seats.
This 2-2 pitch is you shoot your bullet to try and get a strikeout from the mound. The 3-2, you're just going to want to strike.
Here it comes. Smith swings and misses. 2 gone.
They could have almost guaranteed that was going to be a split. He did get a split. Looked like Will Smith was on it. It just breaks just enough at the end. The same type of split that Mookie Betts struck out on. Both of them strike splits with not severe movement, but the off speed got him.
Up to Chris Taylor. Another one of the All-Star finalists. Bases loaded, 2 gone. First pitch, fastball rifled down the line and foul.
Chris Taylor barely left the batter's box, stood in front of home plate to watch it 5 batters, no balls in play. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit by pitch.
Not even really been any foul balls before that.
Not much. The one that Bellinger fouled back on the 3-1 fastball.
Taylor was on the fastball first pitch on 0-1. Takes a splitter. Ball 1.
Talk about this with breaking ball pitchers, mostly sliders and curveballs, that the best ones are balls, but the ones for strikes are kind of hanging a little bit, and that's where Gausman's living right now with the splitter. It's either drastically a ball and got outstanding break, or it's close to the strike zone and pretty flat.
1 fastball, 1 splitter to Taylor so far on this 1-1. Back to the splitter and foul, 1-2.
And again, kind of just lazying up. The Dodgers are having good passes at those up splitters. If he's throwing splitter, he needs to move his third baseman right on the line. Crawford at short should be in the 6th hole, and they should be right down the line if he's going off speed, just by where Taylor is going with his timing.
27th pitch of this first inning coming from Kevin Gausman. 1-2 to Chris Taylor. Fastball is down the line and a fair ball. Chris Taylor with extra bases. A 2-run double, and they cash in quickly against Gausman. Man, oh man, is that an important swing from Chris Taylor to take advantage of this opportunity.
Buster Posey wants it up and away, and he wants it way up, but he throws it down to the inner half of the plate, and Chris Taylor just shoves it off his body for this double.
Get off me, ball.
Gausman came into the first inning giving up only 6 earned runs in the first inning in the 15 starts. Well, there's 2 more you can add to that total.
Just the 3rd hit that he's allowed with a man in scoring position in 51 at-bats this year. Dodgers 2, Giants nothing. And now it's Gavin Lux. Lux had a base hit last night. It's now back-to-back games with a hit after he went almost a week without one. Second and third, a chance for more. Strike 1 and a fastball.
What a change to get some runs with a base hit. It's just a home run.
Yeah, all 3 runs last night. They're in the 4-game winning streak. 15 of the 19 runs have come off homers. Ground ball to first. Wade knocks it down. Race to the bag, he wins. And the inning is over. But the Dodgers load the bases and then take advantage. Chris Taylor pushes a double down the right field line, and it's 2-0.
Keys to the game are brought to you by your Southern California Lexus dealers. Attack early. That's in counts. Gausman gets you to 2 strikes. You are pretty much out. You hit no 79 with 2 strikes. Wrist battle. That's between Walker Buell and him. And Walker's winning that so far. And whatever it takes, because this is a big game for both sides. But the Dodgers, to cut it to 1.5, you're going to have to do it with base running, hitting, pitching, whatever it takes.
Strike 1 on Wilmer Flores, who went 4 for 4 in game 1 last night. His second 4-hit game in the last 9 days. Been a really important piece for the Giants, especially with the injuries they've dealt with. Obviously Longoria at third, that's where he's playing tonight, but the injuries they've dealt with at first base as well, at second base. It's been one of the most injury-riddled teams in the National League. Obviously they've been able to overcome those to be the first team to 50 wins. Flores hitting .388 in his last 15 games has been a big part of that.
His hits seem to come in bunches. He'll put like an 0 for 15 in between 2 4 for 4 nights.
You put it all together, and he's a pretty darn good hitter.
Still doing well.
Yeah. 7 for 10 against the Dodgers this year. The 1-2 from Buehler. On the fourth option from Will Smith, he has one that he likes. A fastball misses high, 2-2.
First inning with those 25 pitches, it was mostly hard stuff. The fastball, the cutter, the sinker. We saw the curveball a little bit, and maybe one changeup. You can have a little bit more ego with your fastball now that you have a 2-0 lead, but definitely a huge shutdown inning for him to keep the crowd and the momentum in it, give your team a chance to get in the dugout and tack on.
Walker's got to be thinking this a little more like it. Remember his last start, they got no hit. 2 runs in the first this time around. He gets him with an elevated slider for the first out of the second. His second K.
Center fielder number 6, Steven Duggar.
One out, second inning. Up comes Steven Duggar. So that no-hitter, which led to Buehler's first loss, even though just 3 runs over 6 innings, that was the 4th game in the 4-game losing streak. They followed it with a 4-game winning streak. And there is some thinking that the no-hitter was a better scenario than, say, a 1 or 2 hitter that night. Because a 1 or 2 hitter is just another really bad game, and you kind of stay stuck in the doldrums. You get no hit, though, and it felt like rock bottom. It felt like Dave Roberts has said embarrassing. And the team collectively sat down, put their foot down, and have turned it around with a 4-game winning streak. That's a strike, 1-2. One-two pitch. Little bit low. Tried to finish him with a changeup and thought that he did, but might have gotten a little umpire block there out of Stu Sherwater.
Without the radar reading, you go change up. When you see it land and see 93, you go change up.
And it was. Humans and computers in agreement. Got him with a cutter. Back-to-back Ks to open the second.
Walker's cutter is definitely a swing and miss pitch right now. He doesn't throw it for a strike very often. Look at how that one starts on the corner, ends up in by his waist. If you throw the one that's down the middle, then to the inner half, you're looking more jam shot. You've taken that one far inside. With his velocity, the hitter has to start, and then halfway through the swing, they're like, oh no, that's coming inside.
Donovan Solano with 2 gone. Taking high for ball 1. That's a pitch that had gone away a little bit for him in the month of May and early on in June, but each of the last 2 starts he's thrown more than 20 cutters, which he hadn't done since mid-April. 2-0.
Three strikeouts so far, and he's got the Giants confused because the 3 strikeouts on 3 different pitches: cutter, sinker, and slider.
Gets his fastball by him, 2-1. And that's one of the things Buehler has talked about through the years. Any given moment, he may have 8 or 9 pitches that he's working with. Variations, it's essentially 4 or 5 pitches with different twists on them, but he doesn't like the idea of narrowing that down. Said one night one of them may be working, the next night it may be another, but the more tools I have in that toolbox, the better chance he feels that one of them is going to be working on any given night.
And you forget how much of an artist he is because of the power that he brings. But even that high slider to Flores, I think, was by design.
Solano swats one to right center field. Bellinger on the move. Track makes the catch. Cody Bellinger improving this team defensively incredibly since his return.
He's making an impact with his bat, but he's making a bigger impact with his glove. Thanks for the help, partner.
World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Grab the new BLT Ranch sandwiches at Carl's Jr. Feed your happy. Back at Dodger Stadium, 2-0. Dodgers added Kevin Gausman and the Giants. Got 7 men to the plate in that first. Gausman had to throw 29 pitches. It's A.J. Pollock to lead off the second. He swings and misses at the first slider of the game from Gausman. Strike 1.
Well, it really was about Gausman setting the table for the Dodgers, them being disciplined enough to not swing at any of the erratic split fingers.
Just barely over 50% strike percentage for Gausman.
A pop fly back of first for Lamont Wade. Solano running over, but it's Wade to make the catch. One gone in the third, or in the second.
On Friday, July 9th, when the Dodgers host the Diamondbacks, stay after the game for Friday Night Fireworks presented by 76. And now you can experience the fireworks show from a newly designed center field plaza. For tickets, go to Dodgers.com/promotions.
Final series of the first half there. Here's Buehler. Takes one on the outside corner for strike 1. Walker Buehler, by the way, it's probably not worth a whole lot, but as good of a pitcher's BP as you're going to see yesterday. Some missiles.
You showing up the regulars?
Well, it was just him and Kershaw out there, so.
Was one of the trainers taking swings?
A couple of them. And then Kenley Jansen joined the party.
Oh, yeah?
He said 5 swings. I guarantee I'll hit 5 homers.
Kenley said that?
Yeah.
Oh,
he got 1.
Okay, good.
But he got 1.
All right.
Gausman's 2-1. Buehler chops it foul, 2-2.
He had to make a big statement like that just to get permission to get in the cage. It sounded like, you watch this, guys. 5 swings, 5 homers. And then Dave Roberts probably like, all right, let him try.
They actually did verify with Dave Roberts first that it would be okay.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, your closer, he had a little rib cage issue.
What happened? BP.
He was in the cage.
Buehler's worked it full. Gausman walked 2, hit a batter in the first inning. Delivers the payoff, and Buehler sends one in the air to deep right center field. Back towards the wall goes Tauchman to make an incredible catch. Oh my goodness, Mike Tauchman is the greatest fielder ever. This guy, oh my goodness.
Twisting, turning, reaching out, grabbing it from thin air, and is he okay?
The man who robbed the home run of Albert Pujols, robbed the walk-off home run to change the tone of the season series back in late May with an incredible catch to take extra bases away from Buehler.
Playing really shallow, and then the route. This has got side spin and back spin on it, and boy, it didn't curve that much at the end. He was expecting it to curve, and you see him trying to fade away from it, but now it straightens out, and he barely reaches it. They're still checking on him out there in right field. Maybe it was that impact with the wall right there. Got a little twist.
Well, Tauchman's getting the start in right because Mike Yastrzemski is out, having fouled a ball off his shin last night. There is no fracture, but it ain't feeling good. So Mike Tauchman, who has made a bunch of great defensive plays this season for the Giants. He's not hit much, but he's proven his value defensively. None bigger than this play that he made on Albert Pujols. The Dodgers had won each of the first 4 matchups between these teams. This would have made it 5 in a row, but he robbed the home run, and they won it in the 10th inning that night to start a 3-game winning streak over the Dodgers and start a stretch where they went 20-7.
He fit perfectly in that recessed area where the out-of-town scoreboard was on that catch, just to get a little more extension, because as he jumped up, his head kind of fit right in the corner, and the glove had a little extra extension. Well done.
Yeah, good to see that he's okay. Tip of the cap from his very thankful pitcher, Kevin Gausman. Back to the top of the order in Mookie Betts. Betts worked it full his first time, struck out in a splitter. Chops it to third. Flores. 2 and a 1-2-3 second. On to the third at Dodger Stadium. It's 2-0.
Backstage Dodgers. Kenley Jansen is mic'd up for his pregame warm-up routine before the Dodgers take on the Cubs. And then former Dodger Jock Peterson receives his 2020 World Series ring. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers Friday, presented by Cadillac.
Dodgers 2, Giants nothing. On to the third here in L.A. Walker Buehler back to work. 8-9-1 for the Giants with Mike Tauchman in the flesh. Leading it off. Ball 1. Well, he's only hitting 178 as a Giant, but he's made defensive play after defensive play. That last inning, just the latest example. A couple of days after his game-saving home run robbery against Albert Pujols, he did it again for the Giants in Washington. And here he pokes one into left center field for a leadoff hit. We talk about the Giants exceeding expectations with their defense. Mike Tauchman has stabilized the outfield portion of that.
He steals 2 bases from Walker Buehler on his shot to right field, and he gains a base here with the base hit to left.
So Tauchman 2 for 2 in this series. And the pinch hit or off of the bench base hit last night where he's thrown out at second. Gausman tries to bunt it. It's foul. Strike 1. Some fan just yelled, Walker almost hit it out and you're bunting? Grow up.
Oh boy.
0-2.
Slightly different count, different situation. The cleverer the heckler, the more the players will react.
Pulls it back, takes the ball.
Basic heckling does not get the players' attention, but creative, really good heckling, you'll get a reaction.
You got to earn it, huh?
Yeah, they'll laugh with you. They'll look disgusted, but kind of in a sarcastic way.
Held on to by Smith. Gosman the first out, and the fourth K for Buehler.
Using a lot of breaking stuff and cutter to get the other guys, but with the pitcher up there, use the fastball. That's the first fastball strikeout.
Lamont Wade fly to center to start the game. Even with that, he's been on base 9 of his 15 plate appearances against the Dodgers this year. Making another start at first base tonight. His 10th this year. 13 in the outfield. He's been mostly an outfielder as a pro. Last played first base when he was in college at Maryland. Showing off some of his athleticism, though, his versatility. In his first year with the Giants, got him in a trade this February from the Twins, where he played in just a handful of games over the last 2 years and not hit much at all. They're proven to be a nice pickup so far. One on, one out, third inning. 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball to Turner. He'll go to second, one. Lux to first. Double play. 5-6-3, sending this game to the last of the third. Dodger baseball on Spectrum Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And by Jack in the Box. Our $6.99 triple bacon cheesy jack combo is here, only at Jack in the Box. Dodgers got a pair in the first against Kevin Gausman. 2-0 to the bottom of the third, and Max Muncy to lead it off. Scored the first of those 2 runs after walking against Gausman. First pitch misses, ball 1. We were talking about the go get it out of the ocean moment against Bumgarner, where he showed obviously some edge, some personality, a little bit of cockiness. And somebody asked him today, is that the first time you really felt that, and that you felt like you established yourself as that? And he said, no, that might have been the first time that people saw that on a relatively big stage, but that's who I've always been. You mentioned the football background. He says that's part of that. And he just said just kind of how he was raised. A 2-0. Down and in, ball 3.
Get your phone on that QR code every time it comes up. This guy deserves to go to the All-Star game.
You know, Lee and Midge are back there in Texas saying, what do you mean that's how you were raised, Max, to be cocky? Take a rip at a 3-0 fastball, and it's 3-1.
There's a personality for every context. Got your home personality, you got your on the field personality.
His home personality might have to shift soon. They've got a baby on the way in just 2 weeks. Muncy hits one in the air to deep center field. Duggar's going back at the track, at the wall. Muncy, giant killer. His 7th in 9 games against San Francisco.
The extra smiles with Justin Turner and Cody Bellinger. He just homered on his bobblehead night. It's a little bit more special, but it is against the San Francisco Giants.
3-0. Turner now. Strike one. Giant enemy number one.
He built that count by laying off the splitters down, and then he got to the fastball that he could really handle, and he thought he got it when he left the box, but he wasn't quite sure.
Turner flexes one off of the hands in the air to right for Tauchman. One away in this third inning. Muncy's third home run in his last 4 games. Third one in his last 9 at-bats. Team leading 17th overall. And now Bellinger. Loaded the bases with a walk in the first inning before Taylor's 2-run double. Fouls off a fastball, 0-1.
That's 2 good fastballs to hit so far tonight. A 3-1 fastball earlier, and that one right there. He's grinding on him.
Good splitter.
That's that left to right splitter, not the one that buries straight down. A little side action on it. And I think, the charting services, they'll chart it as 2 different pitches sometimes. It's a split change, and that's just what he throws. But sometimes they chart it as a split finger when it goes more straight down. Other times they'll chart it as a changeup when it goes sideways like that.
1-2 on Cody Bellinger. 3-0 game, third inning. Gausman comes home and gets his third strikeout.
The one that looks like a strike and just bounces. Cody upset, but this has gotten a lot of big league hitters this year. This one going more straight down.
Here's Will Smith. 5 home runs over his first 50 games this year. 5 in his last 15. After he went deep last night. Strokes one to the gap in right center field. Duggar races over to cut it off. Smith hangs on with a 2-out single.
Swing early, swing often against Gausman for sure. You don't want to get in those 2-strike counts and then get to have to hit the split. So he picks on the first hard one he sees. Right down the middle fastball and doesn't do too much with it. Just a line drive to right.
A big swing from Chris Taylor in the first inning in the context of the game and in the context of a relative slide for him recently. Chris hitting just .204 over his last 16 games. But cashed in on a bases loaded chance with a double down the right field line. Leaves this one high, ball 1. Just that double back in the first.
Well, kind of crowds him, but he does a nice job staying inside it. An opposite field approach because you're protecting against the split finger. Fastball does get on him, but you know what? He finds a hole.
Fly to right center field, but not deep. Talkman and Duggar coming together. It's Stephen Duggar to put it away and end the inning. But the inning begins with another Max Muncy home run against the San Francisco Giants. His 7th in 9 games this year. And after 3 innings in LA, they lead it 3-0. Dodger of the game is Winter from Little Rock, and her favorite player is Mookie. You can join Junior Dodgers for a chance to be the Junior Dodger of the game. As Alex Dickerson flies the first pitch that Walker Buehler throws here in the 4th. A.J. Pollock in the left field corner. But go to Dodgers.com/JR-Dodgers to join Junior Dodgers today. 1 pitch, 1 out in this 4th.
Number 28, Buster Posey.
Well, they pushed Walker a little bit with the pitch count in the 1st inning. He's trying to get it back under control. And that 1 pitch right there helps a lot.
And it brings up Buster Posey. Walked his first time. So lone walk issued by Buehler. One ball, no strikes. Two and 0.
Of everybody in this lineup, he has pitched Posey the most careful. Very edgy every attempt.
And that holds there with a low fastball. 3-0. A bit disgruntled that he hadn't gotten any of these calls from Stu Sherwater.
A little easier now to attack him with the 3-0 lead.
And a 3-0 count. It's fouled back. 3-1. Dodgers looking for their 5th consecutive win and trying to cut it to a 1.5 games in the division as they reach the 80-game mark tonight. And what a perfect night for it.
2 nights in a row.
Man. Back in the count at 3-2.
It's been so edgy with Buster Posey that he wasn't expecting a fastball near the middle of the plate in a 3-1 count.
Now a 3-2 offering from Walker Buehler. Fastball chopped by the bag down the line into the left field corner. Another extra base hit for Buster Posey, who's reached both times tonight. The 1-out double here in the 4th.
Normal Posey rhythm would be an off night tonight, but it's the Dodgers and it's a big game, and the Giants qualify that by saying yes, he's going to play 3 days in a row. They get back to their pattern. He'll be off tomorrow.
Second hit against Buehler. Well, these are the situations the Giants, if they'd gotten just one measly base hit in last night, would have been a different story. But they went 0 for 13 with runners in scoring position. That's the most at bats without a hit with runners in scoring position in any game this season for any team. 1-0 on Crawford.
Buehler and Smith continuing to try and spin Crawford. They have not wanted to throw the fastball to him.
Seen a couple change-ups.
Yeah, in the first at bat, he threw one like that right on the corner. I thought it was a two-seamer. 92, 93 can still be a changeup when your fastball is 97.
It's a grip that he's been searching for a long time. He never had a changeup grip that feels really comfortable. Feels like he can control it. This one's different, though. Cutter misses, ball 3. Pretty similar to his four-seam grip, which obviously is his most natural, most comfortable grip.
Yeah, when looking at the grip, I would think of it as a young man or a young lady that is looking to grip the baseball, but their hand's not big enough yet to hold it with 2 fingers, so they hold it with a third, and that pretty much is the makeup of his changeup grip right now.
Cracks the bat on this 3-0 pitch. How about that? Cutter to get him. 2 gone.
Gabe Kapler giving him the green light because of Crawford's power. One swing, maybe get him back in the game.
Number 41, Wilmer Flores.
Buehler thinking the same thing with Smith, that this guy, you can't just throw him a cookie 3-0 fastball. They throw him a cutter.
Runner at second, 2 gone. Here's Wilmer Flores. 3-0 Dodgers in the 4th. First pitch swinging, pop on the infield. Who wants it? Muncy swerves under it and put it away and end the inning. A 1-out double, but no damage, and 4 scoreless for Walker Buehler.
Shakey's Pizza is celebrating our educators with the Spectrum Sports Educator Sweepstakes. 8 lucky winners will receive a $50 gift certificate from Shakey's Pizza plus a virtual teaching kit. Enter online at spectrumeducator.com for your chance to win.
T-Mobile coverage cam looking over Dodger Stadium on a gorgeous Tuesday night. A Tuesday night in June in a packed house. Some defensive changes for you. Darren Ruff into the game at first. Lamont Wade moves to right, so Mike Tauchman, who came up injured after that diving play earlier, has left the game. They're down their top 2 right fielders. Shremsky left last night's game fouling the ball off his shin, and now Tauchman gets hurt. 1 ball, no strikes on Gavin Lux. Two and up. Two and one. Two and two on Lux. Pollock and Buehler to follow in this 4th inning against Gausman, who had allowed 2 runs or fewer in 12 consecutive starts coming in. It's the 2nd longest streak of that sort in Giants franchise history. So Ferdy Shoop is safe. He had the record, 16 starts in a row like that. Splitter gets him swinging for the first out of the 4th. That was back in the greatest single season ever pitched in terms of ERA for qualifier. Ferdy in 1916 had a 0.90. That's the best on record for a qualified pitcher. That was obviously during the dead ball era, but it stands alone when you remove that context.
You're getting run out there for a whole season and you do that. That is some special year.
Pollock popped out his first time, looking for his first hit of this series at 0 for 4.
I wonder what his BABIP was.
What was the exit velocity against Ferdy?
I don't know. We were doing it without the shifts too, you know.
Kevin Gausman, home with a 1-0. That is a little bit low, ball 2. And this is a guy who 3 teams got rid of. Baltimore traded him for next to nothing. Atlanta designated him for assignment. Cincinnati non-tendered him, meaning decided not to renew his contract. So the Giants signed him to a 1-year contract last year. Had a really good season. Signed him to another 1-year deal this year. And he has put it all together. Going to get paid by somebody this winter. He's lived a lot of different baseball lives. 4th overall pick, the next big thing. He's able to bust at one point. His 3-0 to Pollock is in there, strike 1. And then he settled in and he was steady. He was exactly league average in his 6 years in Baltimore. And he was back and forth between the rotation and the bullpen in his time in Atlanta and Cincinnati. From all that to reclamation project, and very likely the National League starter in the All-Star game. Again, Jacob deGrom lined up to start the final day of the first half. Should eliminate him from that equation. Pollock earns the walk. 3rd one of the night issued by Gausman.
The Dodgers have hit the fastball. They've got their 3 hits on the fastball, and the splitter, they are 0 for 5 with 4 Ks on.
Buehler sent a ball to the warning track his first time. Mike Tauchman made a diving play. That was a play where he was injured. Here he shows bunt and takes the ball. Gausman had issued 4 walks in his first 4 starts this month. He's issued 3 in 3+ innings tonight. At the lip of the grass went foul, 1-1. Take another look at that swing by Walker Buehler in the second and the catch by Mike Tauchman.
He tracks it, and just at the end, it looks like he twists and turns and hits against the wall. It looked like the right knee took the brunt of it. The foot catches on the wall, but the right knee took the twisting. Flores way in, and that caused a little meeting between Walker Buehler and Dino Ebel. Maybe some permission if he continues to come in. You're able to swing the bat.
I say, you see me last time? I got it. Try to get him to show his hand, maybe.
Yep. Pick off to first when the pitcher is up and he's probably bunting. You want to give your fielder some confidence, so you want to get the pitcher to possibly square around or look for the flinch, like the bat was coming down into the bunting position.
Does square and lays it down. It stays inside the line. Perfectly done. Into scoring position goes Pollock.
Sack 3-4. Almost a base hit if there had been some indecision from Ruff, but he makes a very nice play and takes the sacrifice. Could have thought about letting it roll foul. That could have turned it into a base hit. He says, I can get it out, and he makes the right decision.
Makes it an RBI chance for Mookie Betts. 0 for 2 tonight. Sky high pop up. Solano ends the inning. This break in the action is brought to you by Ford and the fully electric F-150 Lightning. Let's take a look at it. That break in the action was brought to you by Ford Motor Company. Built Ford proud. 2 in the first and 1 in the third for the Dodgers. They lead the Giants 3-0 as this game moves along to the 5th. We're hearing a roar of the crowd, a little bit louder than normal coming out of a commercial break. They showed Fernando Valenzuela on the call in the Spanish language broadcast here on the anniversary of his no-hitter against the St. Louis Cardinals. And the anniversary of the only day in Major League history with multiple no-hitters. His old teammate Dave Stewart threw one earlier in the day that day for the Oakland A's. Fernando was walking out to the field to get ready and walked by the video room. And a couple of the guys shouted, "Hey, Fernando, Dave Stewart tossed a no-no." And he said, "Ah, nice. So you just watched one on TV? You're about to watch one live." And then he went out and did it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Steven Duggar leading off the 5th.
Fernando has such a great sense of humor, and that is so him. I can also tell you it's the anniversary of a Los Angeles Janet Jackson concert, because I was at the concert because I was on rehab. And Tommy let me go after my workouts.
How'd you feel?
I felt terrible when I found out, but that next morning I got up super early, got the LA Times, and got a half a dozen of them framed for Fernando and gave them to him as a gift. He was the cover of the LA Times. It was a lot of fun.
Buehler's 1-2 is high and away, ball 2. Buehler flirted with one a couple of starts ago in Arizona. Delivers a 2-2 and gets Duggar. Nasty cutter. He's had that pitch working tonight, hadn't he?
It really has, and it looks like a fastball that's going to be on the corner, and then it just goes in and hugs their waist. And it's just really hard to get to.
Strikeout number 5. 5 more, and everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack with the purchase of a large drink tomorrow. 1 gone in the 5th. Buehler 17 innings against the Giants this year, just 2 runs. First one to Donovan Solano, paints the outside edge for strike 1. He's 5-0 lifetime against the rival. And his 5th year with Major League time. Oh, 0-2.
Walker's in a really good rhythm right now.
Solano flies into left center field. A.J. Pollock drifts over to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down in the 5th.
He's in his lanes. He's executing multiple pitches right in the areas where he wants it. Yeah, they're making weak contact on a couple.
Sometimes they're getting a strikeout, but just the spray pattern right now is very tight.
Darren Ruff entered the game with the injury to Mike Tauchman. Struck out as a pinch hitter last night. Having a good season altogether. And take strike one. Something Buehler has thrown at the highest rate in his career. And first pitch strike.
He's been below that tonight, but right now he's getting back on track.
And a second pitch strike. We talked about the ground ball rate going way up, strikeouts going down a little bit. He's actually only gotten 2 ground ball outs tonight. He's sitting at 5 strikeouts with 2 gone in the 5th inning. And has rough at 0-2. Drops a breaking ball that's taken for ball 1. Two and two.
With Walker in such a good rhythm, and then you throw a little scud like that, you just try and find a way to erase that one very quickly, because everything else you've been doing has felt so good. You can't let the disgust on a hanger like that take you out of the place where you are really in the zone. When you're struggling with command or struggling with your feel on the mound, you throw a bad pitch, a really bad pitch, you can say, you know what, I want to get angry because I want another and a different kind of energy to find it. Well, the one place that he is now, you don't want any disgust, you don't want any anger, you want to stay in the rhythm. So his breathing and his pacing right now, the way he's taking the ball back, the way he's kind of striding up back up to the rubber, and that gaze that he makes off into the sky, he knows and feels that he's in a zone right now.
Ruff has spoiled a few. So another 2-2 coming from Walker Buehler. A deep breath and the 80th pitch of the night. Bouncing ball to Justin Turner. 1-2-3 5th for Walker Buehler. Halfway home in a 3-0 game. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. And by Mercury Insurance. Low rates, big discounts, great insurance. Dodgers got 2 in the first, 1 in the third. 3-0 to the bottom of the 5th.
Dave Roberts giving a little encouragement to Will Smith. Maybe about that line drive to right with 2 out, nobody on, not trying to do too much. Maybe something to do with the pitch selection, the way he's guiding Walker through the game. But that was a very nice conversation between the catcher and his manager,
who is a big fan of him. Dave Roberts has made a couple comments about thinking that Will Smith deserves more talk, more all-star talk, not one of the finalists. There's some good ones that are finalists, but Dave Roberts likes his backstop. That's ball 1 on Max Muncy, who has scored 2 of the 3 runs in this game for the Dodgers, including hitting a home run in the 3rd for his 7th in 9 games against San Francisco. Now on the 1-0. Splitter for strike 1 and 1. That's 1 home run every 4 at-bats against the Giants.
sometimes he hits them a long way, sometimes he hits them just far enough.
Two and one.
That kind of eye right there of taking that fastball away for a ball and building this count to 2-1 is one of the reasons he is such a good hitter.
The split before the home run that he took built that count. Now he's got another hitter's count.
And a rare slider from Gausman, especially righty-lefty. 3 balls, 1 strike.
You reach deep into the bag of tricks when you're facing a guy like Muncy that's been owning your team.
The video game boss that just won't die. Three and 1. Max Muncy takes ball 4. He's been on all 3 times tonight. Leadoff man on, and Turner coming up. Got hit by a pitch, scored in the 1st inning, flied to right in the 3rd.
Been swinging a very hot bat with a great approach.
Takes ball 1. Pretty similar looking start to this at bat to the one in the 1st inning where it just barely grazed that elbow guard. The 1-0. Ball 2 on Turner. We were talking the other day about Turner being in such good shape, lightest he's been since he was in the minors, and somebody who normally adds weight as the season goes on. And his weight has fluctuated through his career. He said the hardest time to be in good shape and not let the weight get out of control was early on in his career when he was a bench player. He says you're eating just as much, but you're sitting there more. And when you're sitting there eating sunflower seeds, maybe having some peanuts,
your heart rate's not at the same level.
Right. Sends one in the air to deep left center field. But it will stay in the yard. Just got under it. Steven Duggar makes the catch for the 1st out of the inning. Just simply being off your feet, right? Even if you're, say, a first baseman and you don't move around a ton, you're on your feet for 3 hours a night. Whereas what he was doing early in his career in New York, he's hardly on his feet at all. Maybe coming off of the bench for a few minutes late in the game to pinch hit. One out for Bellinger.
Early in my career, I had to eat, even though I had 4 days off, but you work out so much as a pitcher in your off days before you get back out there. I was eating just to keep weight on. It was easy to lose. It's a fun part of life when you can do chocolate shakes and peanut butter sandwiches and just don't even care. Yeah, I'll take another helping of mashed potatoes.
Metabolism rocking.
Yeah.
Remember Bellinger a couple years ago had the Go Mad diet. Gallon of milk a day.
Really?
He got huge before 2017, 2018.
He's got more of the long distance runner body this year.
Yeah, he's definitely slimmed up for the MVP season. Trim right now. Muncy at first, 1 out. 1-1 pitch is raked foul, 1-2. Carves out a pop fly into left field for Dickerson. 2 away in the 5th.
Such a turnaround in mood since the no-hitter and the Cubs. And now, just completely, the thoughts about the team, where you think the team is as far as their dedication and passion and concentration. I mean, everybody, social media, the fan base is just like, oh, they hit rock bottom, and here they go. Here they come.
Runner at first with 2 gone for Will Smith.
This team is in a different place in the last 5 days.
Well, it goes back to the point I made earlier. Some of the guys talking about getting no hit. If you're going to lose that game, better than getting 1 hit or 2 hit, because it then serves as a wake-up call. And it really does feel like an embarrassing rock bottom where you got to put your foot down and say no more.
Yeah, you can title it whatever you want, but the most basic one would be a wake-up call.
And Dave Roberts did use the word embarrassing. It was an embarrassing night. You get a couple hits, it's just another bad night, right? You lose 4-1, it's a bad night, and you've lost 4 in a row. But no, this is something else.
It wasn't a typical loss.
Right.
And instead of kind of protecting the team, he accentuated the message by saying, yeah, this is embarrassing. It is a wake-up call for the guys, and what he preaches and what the players execute on most days, I would say 99% of the days, is that lock-in mentality. Win the pitch, win the at-bat, win the inning, win the game.
And he says that within, you look at the numbers and the numbers are better, but if you squint and you see why the numbers are better during this winning streak compared to the losing streak, just each individual at bat, the intent much better, less chase, more aggression in the zone, more contact in the zone. Really connected, locked in at bats throughout the lineup. On a 2-1 from Kevin Gausman. Will Smith pops it back in out of play, 2-2.
That locked in effect tonight with the Dodgers. Gausman is throwing the fastball for strikes almost 70% of the time, but the other stuff is not. It's about a third of the time it's not a strike. So being locked in and disciplined, building hitters counts, staying in this even 2-2 count, get a pitch to hit.
By the hands, ball 3. And so Muncy will get a head start from first. Kevin Gausman had walked 4 all month. He's walked 4 tonight. Dodgers getting 2 runs in the first inning and a double from Chris Taylor. A run in the third and a solo home run from Max Muncy. There he goes. Here it comes. We'll do it again.
Quick hands and really good reaction to reading the strike zone from Will Smith right there. A 3-2 count. He gets fastball and he just gets his foot down and gets the head out.
Another payoff. Another foul.
When he gets that full year under his belt where he just has one of his years, when his all-star years, he's going to be like a babyface assassin. 40 home runs, 110 RBIs, catcher. Well, it's not a big stretch for, playing out the first 162 or so that he's played.
Takes the walk here. That's a good example of kind of at bat Dave Roberts has seen more consistently during this winning streak. It leads to the 5th walk of the night issued by Gausman, a new career high. A word from Carl's Jr.
Celebrate this summer with the new BLT Ranch hand-breaded chicken sandwich or BLT Ranch Angus Thick Burger from Carl's Jr.
This mound visit reminds me of our ex-pitching coach and still works in the organization, Rick Honeycutt. Happy 67th birthday, honey. I hope you're still up.
Happy birthday, Rick.
Rick and Debbie called us the other day because it just got released early that Elton John's going to be coming to Dodger Stadium in 2022.
Nice.
Like, we'll fly into town and maybe go to that concert with you. I hope that's not the first time we see him. We'll see him a lot before then.
Jose Alvarez, the left-hander, warming in the Giants bullpen. I said career high. It's season high 5 walks for Kevin Gausman. Career high is 6. Two on, 2 out, and Chris Taylor at the plate. Fouls off a fastball. And that takes a splitter, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Taylor hits one in the air. Deep left field. Dickerson back to the track, to the wall to make the catch. Just misses a 3-run shot. And it stays 3-0 to the 6th.
Welcome back to Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers leading the Giants 3-0. We've seen big hits from Max Muncy, Chris Taylor, 2 of the 5 finalists for the All-Star game. So if you're here at Dodger Stadium, come over to Left Field Pavilion. You can come here, scan the QR code, get your vote in for the All-Star game. There are new rules right now that we're in phase 2. So you get 1 per 24 hours. So you can come in here, do the vote, or go to Dodgers.com/All-Star, submit your vote to get the bonus vote. Google MLB All-Star. Let's get these guys to Colorado. They are feeling humbled and honored just to be here.
All right, Kirsten. Thairo Estrada just called up from AAA today. Sends one in the air to right. Caught by a twisting Mookie Betts on the edge of the warning track for the first out of the 6th. So Estrada, who's pinch hitting and officially ending the night of Kevin Gausman, is out number 1.
Right fielder number 31, Lamont Wade Jr.
So Gausman gives up more than 2 runs for the first time since mid-April. And he's got no support. So trails 3-0. 1 gone here in the 6th. Top of the order, Lamont Wade. Fastball for strike 1.
It's a solid outing from Gausman. Really, the Dodgers, with their great discipline, getting into hitters counts. Only 3 hits, but he set the table and really helped them get some of those runs.
7 runs allowed by the Dodgers over the last 5 games. Curveball dropped in there for strike 2.
Walker and Will decided it was hammer time. That ball dropped out of the sky.
Working quickly back home with the next one. On the hands with a cutter, which has been his best pitch tonight. There's Bellinger for out number 2.
Just enough to get it off the barrel with that little cut action. Slowed him down with the curveball. Made it look like a fastball on the next pitch, but got it off the barrel. A little weaker contact. Didn't embarrass him with a strikeout, but gets a quick out.
Seven in a row retired by Buehler. 2 gone for Alex Dickerson. He tries to lay off the high, hard stuff, but can't, and strike 1. Dickerson 0 for 2 tonight, 0 for 7 in this series. It's a Giants team that was averaging 7 runs per game over the previous week and a half, 2 weeks prior to Sunday when they scored just 2 against the A's. And they got just 2 yesterday and searching for their first run tonight. The ebbs and flows of a season, even for an offense that's been overall really good. 1-2.
The Giants have a little boom and bust in them with as much as they are reliant on the home run. But the discipline helps out, just like the Dodgers, as far as setting the table before those home runs or making their hits count.
Barely got a piece. Another 1-2. And another 1-2-3 inning. He got him with a changeup. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Dodgers 3, the Giants nothing. Walker Buehler has it going tonight. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Nissan. Things are heating up at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Find the one online or at your local Nissan store. Who's in, who's out, brought to you by In-N-Out. The night is finished for Kevin Gausman into the Giants bullpen, which had 3 perfect innings last night and has been the #1 bullpen in the National League in the month of June. This is Jose Alvarez.
He is on a roll like his teammates down there in the bullpen. Last 10 out of 11 appearances dating back to May 23rd are scoreless. 1.42 ERA over that time.
Gavin Lux swats the first one to short. Backhand Crawford. 1 pitch, 1 out.
A play that we have watched Brandon Crawford make over the years, and he is still making it in a dazzling way. Going to his right with that backhand.
Number 11, A.J. Pollock.
1 gone. Here's Pollock. Dodgers only have 3 hits in this game. 5 walks and a hit batsman. With the 2 runs in the first, got the run in the third. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike on Pollock. We were talking about Fernando's no-hitter earlier and the 2 no-hitter day back in the early 90s. German Marquez of the Colorado Rockies took a no-hitter into the 9th inning today against the Pirates. Lost it in the 9th, though. He was at like 70-some pitches after 7 innings.
Wow. Feels like it's from a different generation. You have that pitch count.
Although right at home in 2021 with another no-hit bid. You know, the 2 no-hitter day in 1990, that was part of a season where there were 7 no-hitters like this year. Pollock pokes one second, picked up by Solano, and he throws Pollock out, 2 gone.
Everybody feels in baseball that the guy walking up to the plate is probably going to have a no-hitter or 2 in his career. Always a special day right now when he takes the mound.
And he's gone 6 full innings again, all 16 starts this year. Something that he only did 1 time in his 8 starts last season. I don't know that that was different given the shutdown and then the rebuild up. But completely different how much they've been able to rely on him to go deep.
It's one thing to have a pitching coach and an organization that teaches you about pitching. It's another thing to have a living, breathing example on your staff. And with Clayton Kershaw setting the bar on going deep, going out there every 5th day, Walker has a good example.
Goes around here. That's a 1, 2, 3, 6th inning, and perfect 4 innings for the Giants bullpen in this series. Inside the box score brought to you by Kona Brewing Company. Walker Buehler threw 6 full innings again. 6 shutout innings tonight. He's out there for the 7th, leading 3-0.
It's a joy to watch him pitch, and he's got everything working now. Even lately in the last couple innings, mixing in the curveball, but the fastball, the cutter, the slider, the changeup, the 2-seamer. Pick one. He can throw it, and he can hit a spot.
He's retired 8 straight. Part of the order coming up for the Giants here in the 7th. Posey, Crawford, and Flores. Perfect night for Posey so far. Walked in the 1st inning, doubled in the 4th. One of just 2 hits against Buehler. Rifles in a fastball for strike 1. And a curve makes him look silly.
Throwing it more and more here, staying a mystery to these Giant hitters. You got so many pitches to choose from, and they're all feeling good in your hand. It is a lot of fun.
Another curveball. This one was up and hit foul.
That's the other thing about having so many different pitches. You really can get away with some mistakes because you're changing speeds and changing breaks so much.
Joe Kelly becoming a bigger and bigger part of this bullpen as the season goes on. Another 0-2 pitch.
Six strikeouts with 5 different pitches tonight. The only one that has 2 is the cutter.
On 1-2. 2-seamer. Do it again. Two and two. Posey hits one on the ground. Lux behind second. Smoothly scoops it up. Throws him out. 1 gone in the 7th. So they retire Posey for the first time tonight. And up comes Brandon Crawford. First pitch changeup.
Wow. That was awesome. And I love the location of it, right down the middle. And then the bottom drops out. 6 mile an hour off the fastball approximately, with a little depth.
A little more separation and velocity. A double up on it, huh? He's feeling it.
Back to back. Another good one. Will he do it 3 times in a row? So many places to go, so many pitches to select from.
That would be an ego pitch. That would be an ego move. Instead of fastball.
And hit the target perfectly. Stay in your lanes, change speeds, change brakes. Have a lot of fun. His face isn't showing it, but I guarantee he's having fun.
Stays that way, using the cutter to finish off Crawford.
Well, the cutter now has 3 strikeouts. Everything else, from the fastball to slider and the curveball and the change, all have 1. Little cut action to see the access on the spin there.
10 in a row retired. 2 gone in the 7th. Wilmer Flores. Tied him up, strike 1.
Have we seen this many Giants lose their balance or be in between with check swings? Buster Posey kind of out there looking like he can't hold on.
In past years, maybe, but this has been one of the top lineups in the league this year.
He's got them flinching and jerking and losing their balance. Another example of a big game pitcher again for him. Oh, we need to catch the Giants. Pull within a game and a half. I got it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Goes up with a fastball. And trying to finish his night with a flirt. You know how he wants this to end. Bouncing ball left side. Backhand attempt, but off of the glove of Lux. And the inning kept alive.
Gavin wanted that out. Walker wanted that out. Dave Roberts, to protect Walker Buehler's pitch count, wanted it. Trying to run it in on him. He gets it in far enough. And gets the cake hop out there short. Just clanks off the palm of the glove.
And Aaron Lux, first base runner for the Giants since the 4th inning. 106 pitches still going with Steven Duggar, who he struck out both times tonight. One ball, no strikes. Duggar came into this series one of the hottest hitters in the National League, but he's gone 0 for 5 with 4 Ks. Three-0 game, 7th inning. Dodgers looking for their 5th consecutive win. Generous strike there, 1-1.
Well, you don't want any mistakes on the inner half of the plate. Bring the pull home run into play. Bring the Giants back into this game. You're going to pitch away from the barrel. Make sure you get it in and make sure it's on the outer half. He's going to go deep. It's got to be the opposite field.
Coming in to the knees. 1-2.
One more chance to get goosebumps, adrenaline, and execute a pitch and walk off to a standing ovation.
Change up. He's got a new toy, doesn't he?
He sure does.
The league's watching that saying, really?
He's like a Lego master. Just build me a pitch.
2-2. Got a piece of a cutter. 111 pitches now.
He's finished them with a cutter before earlier in the game. But he has shown that he will go away, especially with that changeup.
This is, by the way, a season high 111 for Buehler, who delivers another 2-2, and the count goes full. If Duggar reaches, the Giants get the tying run to the plate in the form of Donovan Solano.
And the Dodgers probably get a new pitcher.
With Joe Kelly ready. Flores will get a head start from first as the 3-2 comes home. Ripped down the line, hooking, fair, into the corner. Flores heads for the plate and an RBI double from Steven Duggar, and it's 3-1. The Giants take advantage of the 2-out Gavin Lux error.
Dave Roberts going to make the change. That'll be an unearned run, and Gavin Lux feels worse than anybody. And Walker Buehler, what a job.
6 2/3, leads with a 3-1 lead to a great hand from the packed house.
Stadium at the Dodgers Summer Camp presented by Nike. Campers will develop their skills in all areas of the game. Camps are open to all athletes of skill levels. Learn more and sign up today at thedodgers.com/camps.
Frustrating finish to this one for Buehler. One in the bank against him. Runner at second, his responsibility. And things very quickly get intense. Giants getting the tying run to the plate here.
If I had to guess what that smile is with Trevor Bauer, I would guess that he immediately jumped into the changeup contest.
Yeah.
They're both trying to bring their changeups along, and there's been a challenge issued to who can strike out the most guys with it.
Joe Kelly into the game, 3-1, tying run at the plate in the form of Donovan Solano. Joe Kelly, or is it Joseph Kelly, his alter ego, who throws strikes?
And he's throwing a lot of strikes, and he is on a path to make a significant impact in this Dodger bullpen. And the Joseph, that is the guy who throws a lot of strikes. He's dropping the Joe.
Adding the Seth, actually, I think, if we're going to be technical about it. Strike one, and I do consider myself an expert.
Okay.
0-1 on Solano. He's 0 for 2 tonight. 1 for 5 in the series. Kelly's 0-1. Bouncing ball left side. Cut off by Turner. Sets the feet. Throws him out. Giants get on the board. Kelly limits the damage to 1. We stretch in a 3-1 game. Dodgers 3, Giants 1 to the bottom of the 7th. Dodgers looking for a quick 2-game sweep and trying to get the deficit in the division down to 1.5. We welcome you back inside. Joe Davis and Orel Hershiser. Walker Buehler great tonight. Can I just say, though, a great moment as he walks off in front of a standing ovation from a sellout crowd. I understand what we're doing here with checking the substances and everything. It's for the good of the game, right? They're trying their best.
Right.
There's got to be a better way than to a guy's coming off getting a standing ovation to meet him halfway to the dugout as Betts takes ball 1 from Zach Littell. There's got to be a better way to do that than to interrupt a moment.
Yeah, I think baseball will take a look at that, and for sure they will start thinking about the television coverage, the fans' reaction, and then the standing ovation turns into boos because they don't want the moment interrupted either. And the same thing happened with Joe Kelly getting the big out there. He's walking off and he gets checked. There could be an umpire in the dugout on the defensive side that greets him at the bottom of the steps or greets him as soon as the teammates have shaken his hand, and then he comes back and gets inspected, but out of the view of most cameras and really not ruining the moment.
2 balls, 1 strike. Littell, the second pitcher out of the pen for the Giants. A 2-1 to Betts is low for ball 3. Dodgers looking for their first base runner against the Giants bullpen, and now their 5th inning against him this week. And again, the idea of cracking down on something that had gotten out of control, that's good. But just, I think, a little less cumbersome way of doing it. Payoff pitch. Mookie Betts tomahawks that one and a bounce to third. Flores with a good play. Low throw, nice scoop on both ends. Good glove work by the Giants. 1 away in the 7th.
First baseman, number 13,
Mookie hit it hard. 1 hopper. That was a beautiful play down there. Once you field it, your body clock and your baseball clock says take your time and just get it over there in the air. That didn't happen, but he got rescued.
Muncy, who's had a perfect night, 2 walks and a home run. Now, we've said 7 home runs in 9 games against the Giants. Really, it's 7 home runs in 8 games against the Giants, because one of those games he was a late defensive replacement, didn't even have a plate appearance. 7 home runs in 8 games against the rival. Chopper into the shift, short hop, backhand, 2 out. Donovan Solano with a nice play. 3-1 game as Turner comes up with the bases empty and 2 out.
Justin Turner.
Turner had an 8-game hitting streak coming into this series. 0 for 5 so far, though. First one from Littell, and their first strike. Fly to left center field. Just missed it his last time. Just missed it again. Duggar's there. And the Dodgers down in order in the 7th. Time now for the Nissan calendar. Dodgers with an off day tomorrow as they travel to the nation's capital. 4 games with the Washington Nationals and Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber, 12 home runs over the last 10 games. That is a Major League record. Tied for a Major League record with the guy you saw it happen firsthand, Albert Bell.
1995.
Do you remember that 10-game stretch?
Well, yeah, I remember how Albert was just going off. It was ridiculous.
Darren Ruff takes a strike from Joe Kelly.
And you know, when you're on that kind of a run, you're not getting a lot of pitches to hit because people are going edges and don't care if they walk you.
Oh, 2. Yeah, so it's 12 home runs over the last 10 games for Schwarber. 16 home runs over his last 18 games. And the Nationals, winners of 13 of their last 17, getting back into the picture in the East. It is a relatively low bar to get back into that picture. Pounded into the ground, cut off by Turner, and Ruff the first down of the 8th.
Joe Kelly comes in and he says, I'll just have the ball hit to Justin Turner. That'll record some outs.
Pitcher number 2, Hershiser.
Mark Pryor out for a visit with Kurt Casale announced as the pinch hitter. And a word from the Home Depot.
Avoid extra innings when you buy online and pick up orders at the Home Depot store nearest you. Thousands of products ready in hours.
So 2 up, 2 down for Kelly out of the bullpen, getting the last out of the 7th. And the first out here in the 8th. And now it's Casale. Top of the order after him. It's another tight game between these clubs. Dodgers 5-3 against the Giants this year. 3 of the 5 wins have been by 1 run after the 3-2 nail biter last night. Strike 1.
Joe Kelly trying to keep his hot string going. 7 outings in a row where he hadn't given up anything. 100 miles an hour at the knees will help you do that.
He breaks off a curve. Wow. Wow, Joseph.
89 on the corner. Dial it up video game. And for my next pitch,
I choose a hesitation and another curveball for a strikeout. 2 gone in the 8th.
A breaking ball. The last one lands for a strike. So you start, you see the spin. You think, okay, not another one, but this one gets bounced.
Dodgers 3, Giants 1. 2 gone, 8th inning. Top of the order, Lamont Wade Jr. 0 for 3 tonight after homering in Game 1 last night. Ground ball to first. Max Muncy to the bag. And over the last 5 games, Dodger pitchers a 1.43 ERA. That's 7 runs over the last 44 innings.
Coming up after the game on Access Sportsnet Dodgers, we'll take a look at all the highlights of this one, run down Walker Buehler's performance tonight. Jerry will join us from the stadium, and Nomar will speak actual words. That's coming up later.
The Dodgers in front 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. John Brebbia for his 4th appearance for the Giants. Former St. Louis Cardinal pitching in the majors for the first time in 2 years here with San Francisco.
Coming back from Tommy John surgery. The 3 outings before this have been solid. You see the 3 ERA, that just represents 1 run. Walks good. Coming back from a surgery, your caliber, your bullets changes on you as you continue through. You're healthy enough to pitch, you're back in shape, but getting out there with game adrenaline, big league hitters, it's a little different every time until you just get into that complete game shape and the game slows down and the arm feels good a lot more consistently.
Kind of a similar conversation with the hitter up there. Cody Bellinger hits this one as high as one can hit it. With the first base dugout, it's a souvenir. Cody in his 23rd game this season, completing his first week back. He returned last Wednesday in San Diego. Tonight he's 0 for 2 with a walk, 0 for 5 in these 2 games. Looking ahead to the 9th inning for the Giants. 2, 3, and 4 coming up. That's Dickerson, Posey, and Crawford. Kenley Jansen, who shut it down last night, warming. Brebbia's 0-2. Gets Bellinger with a high fastball. Dodgers have not had a base runner in 5 1/3 against the Giants' pen.
Brebbia is still going upstairs, even though he tops out at around 92, 93, but he beats Cody right there.
That swing gave 93 the look of being high spin. It maybe had the rising illusion to it. Strike on Will Smith. Hitting a walk tonight for Will. Just misses 1-1. And there is Kenley Jansen, 4th in the majors and saves this season.
He was greeted very fondly last night, and I think he'll get an even bigger ovation tonight as he strides out of the bullpen.
Been a great environment these couple nights, hasn't it?
It really has. These fans have been excited. They've been louder than I remember. Into the game every pitch.
Smith digs it out, sends it in the air to center. Duggar backpedaling. 2 up and 2 down. Then up comes Taylor.
Number 3, Chris Taylor.
We're looking back now. That first inning, they loaded the bases with 2 out against Kevin Gausman. Got the 2 strikes on Chris Taylor, and you thought, man, oh man, against a guy like this, you can't let an opportunity like this slide. And Taylor was able to punch one down the line to bring home 2. And that's the separation in the score right now.
Yeah, you got to go to MLB.com and you got to vote for Chris Taylor for the All-Star game. With that, or Google his name and search him, or scan this QR code. There are some Dodgers that deserve some All-Star votes, and you got your chance now. There's only a couple days left of voting.
Goes until 2 Eastern on Thursday.
If you talk to Dave Roberts will tell you that this is probably the leading candidate for the Dodger first half MVP.
The 1-1 from Brebbia. And a corner 1-2.
It only takes a moment to vote. They make it really easy on the site. Really easy when you search their names on Google. Support these guys. They deserve it.
All-Star game in Colorado this year.
And a very convenient All-Star game to send them to.
Right. Yeah, because they're going to open the second half with a 3-game series there. Maybe go hike for a couple days between the game and start of the second. You actually probably technically can't do that in the contract, right?
Well, vote for them. Encourage your fans to vote for them, and make a road trip. Get some All-Star tickets. Fly over there.
Watch the All-Star game with all the Dodgers you put into the game, and then stay for the series against the Rockies.
Sounds great. And everybody's like, are you paying for the hotel and the flight, Hershiser? Because sounds great, but.
Well, you know, hiking, you could bring a tent and camp.
You could. Another 2-2 and a swing and a miss to end the inning. Fasten those seatbelts. To the 9th inning we go. The Dodgers 3, the Giants 1. Here comes Kenley Jansen. Game Probables brought to you by your Southern California Chevy dealers. This will be on Thursday in D.C. Tony Gonsolin, his 5th start of the season against Patrick Corbin, who's given the Dodgers some fits through the years.
Another fun series, another good team for the Dodgers to go after. This has been a string of playing some good teams.
It's Kenley Jansen trying to get it back-to-back nights with saves. 7 for 7 this month. Last time he gave up an earned run was against these Giants in late May.
2-run lead right here that he's got, but he has been absolutely perfect in June, and he doesn't really need those runs. Just keep duplicating what you've been doing.
And he will have to earn it. 2, 3, and 4. Dickerson, Posey, and Crawford. Dodgers 3 outs away from getting to within a game and a half in the standings as they look for their 5th consecutive win following the 4-game losing streak. And what's been phrased as rock bottom to begin this homestand. First pitch to Dickerson. Hits it. My goodness. And just like that, the tying run comes up in the form of Buster Posey. And let the chess match begin one night after Kenley Jansen struck him out on 3 consecutive sliders.
It's not the way you want to start out. A little adrenaline, a little overcut inside to a lefty, and with Kenley's patented cutter, it's a little too far inside. And you're right about this matchup. The 3 sliders in a row yesterday got to be in the back of Buster's mind. Is he going to throw me any this at bat? I think first pitch he's going to be looking for cutter right here. You can't look for something that just happened last night. That is such a rarity.
It was a cutter and a miss for ball 1.
This is different than any kind of baseball you play as an amateur and as a young pro coming up to the big leagues. And Kenley mentioned it in his interview last night. I have faced Buster Posey so much, I had to go to something different. This is a relationship level. If you're here long enough, you're going to have experience against everybody. When you're growing up, you're just kind of playing against your age group. When you get to the big leagues, 19-year-olds are playing against 40-year-olds.
Yeah.
You've never had that gap of playing that age group. It's always a 2 to 3 year old difference.
He's missed badly with each of his first 3 pitches. Kenley's going to have to find it in a hurry here.
A little extra effort from those first 3 pitches. Overcut, pretty close, and overthrown. Whatever level of energy he has or adrenaline right now, he's got to match it up with his timing.
Here's his 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1.
Excellent pitch. Nice adjustment. Buster's legs are so healthy that he's using them to flex down to the lower part of the strike zone to reach that pitch.
A 2-1 pitch. There's a slider in the dirt, ball 3.
Just wasn't a strike long enough to get him to fully commit.
Jansen hit Dickerson with the first pitch of the inning. Now 3 balls, 1 strike on Buster Posey. 3-1 game, 9th inning. Here it comes. It's a ball. 2 on, nobody out.
There are clean innings in the 9th. And then there is playing the role of the cardiac closer. And right now, this table setting has changed the heartbeat of the Dodger fans in this ballpark.
Well, these kinds of 9th innings have been few and far between over the last month or 2, even for Kenley Jansen. After this was kind of the routine in the month of April. He found his way. In the fire now. 2 on, nobody out, and a 2-run game. And Brandon Crawford, 17 home runs this season, 6th in the National League, stands in. It's just not been close.
You know, and I'd like him to mix in a slider again real quickly here. They have spun Brandon Crawford. He's very good this year on the inner half with that open stance, and I think the slider might get Kenley back into the rhythm for his cutter.
The 1-0. And if you're Dave Roberts, don't you have to look at getting somebody up pretty quickly?
Yeah, this is his 3rd hitter, so you can make a change anytime you want after Crawford. Dodger bullpen is quiet. And it won't be very long. Trinan is starting to move around.
Jansen's 2-0 pitch. Strike 1.
2-seamer. Didn't go for any action. He went, I'm going to go straight over the top. I'm going to throw a ball that goes straight and just goes strength against strength. 95 down the middle. Challenge pitch.
Tying run aboard. Go ahead run at the plate. 2-1 is pop foul, and it's 2-2.
It brings so much confidence to the mound right now with 2 pitches near the middle of the plate, knowing you've got to come in. Don't throw it with cutting action. Just beat him to the spot. That just might put him into his rhythm.
The set, the 2-2. Fouled off, and we'll do it again. 96. It's over the heart of the plate. Fouled off, and it stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another 2-2. Breaking ball, fools him. 1 gone in the 9th.
The moment he pulled the trigger and kept his hand behind the ball instead of trying to get to the top and cut it, he all of a sudden found his timing. But the key was, can I change the angle of my hand and still keep this timing? He sees slider, he throws slider, and he times it up. That is a huge adjustment from Kenley Jansen.
1 away, Wilmer Flores coming up. 0 for 3 tonight after the 4 for 4 game last night. 2 on, 1 out, 9th inning. Jansen deals. Popped up. Strike 1.
He looks like he's back in June. The rhythm's there. The execution of the pitches is there right now. Completely different than those first 6 or 7 that he threw at the beginning of this inning.
And Blake Treinen, who is warming in a hurry, kind of standing by. High fly ball, no big deal at all. Short left field. Gavin Lux, infield fly, 2 gone. First 2 reach, then he retires 2 in a row, and it's up to Steven Duggar. Teams have been meeting since 1890, and it's never been easy. Just the latest little example, the fact that it's never easy for the Dodgers against the Giants. Tying run aboard, go ahead run at the plate. In a 3-1 game with 2 gone in the 9th inning.
Not bad for the 80th game of the year. And a lot more to come.
Duggar, one of the big surprises for the Giants this year. He doubled home their lone run tonight. 2 on, 2 out. And strike 1.
Breaking ball. Absolutely love the call.
The 0-1. Threw it again in the dirt. Smith keeps it in the area and keeps the tying run out of scoring position.
He blocks it. It just hits the edge of his glove and kicks away. Giants don't want to risk moving up.
Will Smith says go ahead and step off. It's recycle it.
It makes you think a couple things. Does Kenley want to do the slider again? Or is he just kind of shaking just to get Duggar off of him?
Dickerson at second, Posey at first. 2 out in the 9th inning as the 1-1 comes home. Missed his spot. Ball 2. After Duggar, it's Solano.
Got the lane, not the height.
On 2-1, Duggar swats it down the line, foul, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
No doubles in the outfield. Got to make him have 2 hits to tie you. You play a little bit more conservative. I don't blame Will Smith for not knowing what to put down with Kenley, because Kenley's in his own zone right now. He had to find his rhythm early in this inning. Once he found it, it was with some different pitch selections than he normally throws. So tough to find his page.
Isn't it worth a visit at this point?
Maybe not to break his rhythm.
2-2. He struck him out. Breaking ball to finish the job and finish the sweep.
Buehler was in the zone all night. Kenley took a little while to find the zone, but once he did, he finished off the battle.
The Dodgers win their 5th in a row. The deficit in the division down to a 1.5 games.
The slider has been an exceptional pitch for him to have this perfect June. It brought him back tonight, and it finished off the Giants.
Dodgers win game 1 3-2. They win game 2 3-1. With the Giants straining the tying run on base. And the Dodgers moving to 49-31 as they reach the 80-game mark of the season. Giants fall to 50-29. For Orel Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Dodgers off tomorrow. They head to D.C. and then Miami for an 8-game road trip. For now, stay tuned. It's Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by your Southern California Ford dealers.